Hello there, happy Friday, everyone. I just ran off the set of Morning Express. If you are tuning in to Headline News, I'm filling in for Robin today, so I'm a tad winded, but I'm so excited to have this Instagram Live today because, first of all, my All Good Things newsletter that I love that so many of you signed up for. It's so wonderful to spread positivity during this time. It's going to be dropped into your email box a little bit later today because I wanted to include this Instagram Live. Today it is special Instagram Live with singer-songwriter, also daughter of Terry Bradshaw, who is an awesome singer as well. Her new single, Wild Horse, just dropped yesterday. Rachel Bradshaw, she is someone who has just entered back into and Rachel, if you are watching, just go ahead and click request to join, because she and I were just actually texting back and forth since I was running from set. So Rachel, if you see this, you go ahead and just press request to join. So Rachel's new single just came out yesterday. It's called Wild Horse. If you haven't heard it, go over, get a chance to listen to it. This is an amazing single that actually speaks to a lot of what's going on right now. And hold on one second. Let me see if I can find her. There she is. Hi, Rachel. So I was saying before you got on, Rachel, that my All Good Things newsletter, which is all about spreading positivity and spreading good content and things that will make you feel fuller. I just listened to your song yesterday when it came out, and it certainly did that for me. I just want to congratulate you on the song, first of all. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. For folks that haven't had a chance to hear it, Wild Horse just came out yesterday. Can you give us a little bit? Because I really felt like it spoke to a lot of what many of us are feeling right now in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of really difficult times.
Yeah, I actually wrote it when I was pretty single and lonely. And I just was like, I'm going to write about love. And I feel like it's a super inspiring message. And yeah, I'm just super proud of it. But it's just like a good feel good, talking about how dangerous love is, but also how beautiful it is. So.
Yeah, and what's the response been so far? So it's been out a day because this is a re-entry into music. You took a little bit of a break there, and I loved what you said on Instagram about why you chose to get back into music and what it means to take a break and what you can sort of gain as an artist when you do that.
Yeah, I feel like when you're kind of going through the punches and you're like chasing radio, chasing labels, kind of just like needing everyone to love you and doing what you think the industry wants you to do, you just get exhausted. I was just tired. So I moved back home. I dipped into real estate, and then we got our TV show and the pandemic hit. And so obviously, there was no filming. I was so bored, and I just gained this like love again and this like passion for music, and went to the piano and just started writing. And I'm like, why wouldn't I release music at a time like this? And with a platform and a show out and stuff, it's like I can finally be heard. When in Nashville, it's just, I had record deals and stuff, but I felt like I was just kind of shelved a lot of times. And so now I feel like I can just kind of do what I want, which is so refreshing.
I also feel like a lot of people have been saying this, that music is one of the few things that people can still create in a safe way from the comfort of their homes or a studio. Yeah. And that it's almost like a renaissance is coming when it comes to creating new content and creating things from such a more just maybe enlightened place because everyone's been through such tough times.
Yeah, I feel like obviously this year for everyone is a really tough year. And when I was writing, I started crying sometimes. I was like, wow, I needed to let this out. I needed to let all these messages out and all the frustration or all the happiness or whatever I had been experiencing. And it's crazy when I haven't been bored pretty much ever in my life. And so letting your brain rest for a few months. And I feel like for a lot of people, they kind of tapped into, hey, maybe I don't love this person, or hey, maybe I want to do this instead of this for a job, or it forced everyone to be honest with themselves. So.
Yeah, and you were talking about your TV show and how that gave you the time because it was put on hold with production. But for everybody else at home, the Bradshaw Bunch was a much needed break from our reality. It was your reality, though. I mean, we got to see just the humor in your family, your dad, Terry Bradshaw, his gregarious, personality that he brings to us on camera in sports, but he's doing so. I mean, what was it like to open up your whole personal life? Did I lose you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Rachel? Okay. I know. Hold on one second. Let me see if that's any better. I couldn't hear you there for a second because I was asking you whether or not sort of starting this reality show and opening your life into like the homes of people from everywhere, which I know that you do often on social media, but when you do this with cameras and you have everyone around you, it's so fun for us, because you're a funny family. But for you, what was that like?
Yeah. It was really, at first, it was super scary because you're opening up the world to give opinions on if they like you or if they don't like you. And I was like, I hope people like us and think that we're funny like we think we're funny, because we are going to be screwed if, and it's a really big network. It's a huge deal. So I think that once we got done filming, I saw some of the footage, like a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, that's really relatable, or that's cute, or that's funny. And we're all really proud of, especially how people are taking to it. It's super flattering.
And you said that you write your music and you were talking about being single and being lonely. And is it hard to have your personal life out there in a reality show too?
Yeah, it's super. I mean, it's been a lot about my breakup. And so I'm kind of reliving it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a really tough time. Or, you have to kind of be prepared that if you're going to do a show, you're going to have to watch it back. So if you're putting out something that's super vulnerable, you better be prepared to kind of relive those moments. So last night was super weird for me. It was like bringing up old emotions that I haven't had in such a long time. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was a really horrible time.
Yeah. But you don't regret, I'm sure, being able to also share the great things about your family. I think especially your dad. I mean, your dad, who is just the most amazing personality in the sports world. I mean, just to see how he engages and how he is as a father to you guys and how protective he is of you when you're talking about some of the things that have been hard for you.
He's so protective. The way that he's dealt with a lot of just things that have happened with us girls, he's a really tough dude, but he gets so upset for us. Even last night's episode, I was like, I'm fine. He's like, you're not fine. We're not fine. I don't like this. And I was like, whoa. And in fact, the camera crew was kind of like, oh my God, you didn't see a lot of his reaction last night, but he gets really, he loves us so much. So he gets very involved.
You're also so close to your sister. That must be such a nice thing to be able to share with everyone, because I think so many families have gotten closer now in these times.
Oh, we were like trapped together. And I really do. There were some days and I was like, I literally want to kill you. I just like, we would just, but then it like brought us so close together. Because when you have nothing going on in the outside world and you're, living together, basically all of us were for a few months. It was a long time. And we're playing cards and cooking and talking about subjects that I've never even thought to ask my sisters. It really bonded us in a different way.
And were you guys like all in a quarantine bubble? We haven't been able to see a lot of our family. So, I mean, how are you handling filming now? And are you really just going to start focusing mostly on music?
Yeah, I'm going to focus solely on music. I don't want to just do music. There's a lot of stuff that I have my ideas out there that I'm working on. But yeah, I'm going to work on my music and the filming. We actually wrapped yesterday. It's been a long road, but we did our last set of pickups yesterday. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I've also always welcomed our viewers to chime in and ask questions. Lisa is asking where you live now. I know you're in between Nashville and Dallas. Are you focusing on Nashville just as you're working on this stuff?
I'm actually going to Nashville tomorrow. I'm living outside of in the Dallas area. So that's where I'm at. And then back and forth between Nashville every couple weeks. So that's where I'm currently living.
So what's the new music that you have coming up? Because I know that Wild Horse is just the beginning.
So the whole EP, I've got this song called If I Needed You, a song called Smoke and Mirrors. I wrote them all by myself. I have a duet with a pretty famous country singer that's also on the EP. And so the vibe for me, I love like Lana Del Rey, Coldplay, Lumineers, like that's music I love. And so when I was writing, I was like, oh my gosh, a lot of my writing is kind of being influenced by the music I listen to every day. So that's kind of the vibe of the sound of the record. And then I'll drop another song at the finale, which I actually sing the song live on the show. And
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, I kind of all played out. I wasn't keen on, oh, I'm just going to drop music because I have a TV show. That's so not who I am. I just thought, well, you know what? Why wouldn't I if I have this project I'm so excited about? And so I'm just kind of sprinkling little songs throughout the show. And then like the beginning of the year, I'll release like the full thing. So
And Valerie is asking, can we expect a full-on album?
you can expect, I'm going to do a 6-song EP. It's the same thing as an album, basically. And yeah, I still have 6 songs. And then I'm going to do like a Christmas song. Me and Dad are going to do a duet for Christmas. So that'll be cute. And yeah, and I just love releasing music. So there'll probably be a whole ton more after.
Okay, so I'm so curious about you and your dad in this duet. Is this going to be a funny duet, or is this going to be like a real, like, does he have a singing voice like you have a singing voice?
Dad's a good singer. He's a really good singer. Him and I started singing when I was a kid because he would play guitar and we would sing Patsy Cline's Crazy, and that was like our thing. So yeah, it's gonna be, I already wrote the song. It's a very like, it's about family, and it's like a more like warm song. It's not like a funny thing.
Well, I know so many people have already loved Wild Horse. What are some of the reviews that you're getting? What are some of the people saying about it?
I was so scared. I honestly did not. I was like, I'm not releasing it. I don't want to. You just, when you love something so much and you've put so much passion into it, that's something, it's like your kid. I didn't want anyone to say anything bad about it. And then I got all of the, like, friends calling me, and I've done radio every single day, and everybody loves it. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And when you write stuff by yourself too, it's just you. I'm like, well, I think this is good. And I wrote it by myself, and oh my God, well, maybe I'm just an idiot. But then I got all the feedback, and it was just super exciting.
What a lot of people don't realize about music is oftentimes someone else is writing the music and handing it off to somebody else to sing it. You're writing this music yourself. It obviously makes it so much more personal. It's so much harder as well. Lisa says it's really good. She loves it. So people obviously responding to it. How hard is it to be not just a singer, but also the songwriter of these?
You broke up a little. How hard is it to what?
I'm so sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, Bill Darity, he just said, my daughter Madeline says hi. Can you reply? Hi, Madeline.
Hi.
First, let me get to that. And
Hi,
Rachel
Madeline.
says hi, too. But I was just asking you about, so many people don't realize in music that songwriters are writing these songs. They're handing it off to the artist who sings the songs. You're doing this yourself. And it does make you a lot more vulnerable. But in some ways, that's probably what makes the music more successful.
Yeah, normally you have co-writers, you send it to a publisher, you get feedback, they kind of tell you, hey, this line doesn't really make sense or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, you try writing a song. But in this way, it's like I had no opinions and no outsiders, and I'm like, you know what? And even when I wrote it, it would take like a week, and I would put like, nope, I thought that that's how it was supposed to go. Clearly I was in a great mindset, and I don't want to go back and mess with it. And so that's kind of the beautiful process, because then now when I listen to the music, I'm like I enjoy it myself, not just because it's me, but I'm like, okay, that's something I would think is cool or fun to listen to.
Okay, so I just can't wait for the Terry Bradshaw and Rachel Bradshaw Christmas melody and duet. It's something that we all completely would never expect, I think, from your dad, and we're so excited to hear that. But tell people where they can hear this song, where they can buy the song, how they can learn more about it.
Yeah, so anywhere you can buy music, Spotify, Apple, there's a link tree link on my Instagram. It's on all my socials, and you just click on the link and it'll drive you right to my website. The song is right there. And then all the other releases will be through the same platform. But yeah, iTunes, wherever you can get music, you can get the songs.
Well, Rachel, congratulations. It's a beautiful song. You have a beautiful voice, and lots of people chiming in. One saying, keep striving to be the highest. God bless you and your family. And also thank you for keeping us entertained in 2020. It's something that all of us need is just to be laughing. Rachel, take care and thank you.
Lynn, have a good day.
You too. Bye.